BrownBerry here, Marce, and I have a co-host for the podcast today. This is Shelley.
Ciao lunabella.
Ciao lunabella. Ciao lunabella on Instagram. I'm going to link that so that you get it right and you can go follow her. You need to follow her. This is my friend Shelley who lives in Michigan, and we are knit buddies from a long time and now friends in real life.
Yay!
Welcome.
Finally.
Welcome. We wanted to introduce today's podcast episode because it's a good one. This is another vlog series where I travel to different places, this time a yarn store, shocker, in Chicago. I was able to twist Shelley's arm.
Very rubbery arm.
Yeah, it was not that difficult.
I think I might have suggested this, actually.
She did. She has really good ideas, like, hey, let's meet up in Chicago if possible. And we did. So we met in real life for the first time on this trip, but we've been friends for a long time, connected by a lot of things, but one of those things is yarn and the love of all things fiber. So we decided it would be a lot of fun to visit some local yarn stores, and we were able to get through a couple of them yesterday. We were ambitious.
Sadly, not everything on our list, because we were way too enthralled with our first store.
Yes, and that's the store you're going to see, which is Sister Arts Studio in Lincoln Park. Beautiful day yesterday. We made our way there and spent a few hours visiting with the shop owner, and you'll see why. When you see the video, you'll understand why it would be easy to spend a lot of time there. So I wanted to introduce you to Shelley, who I hope will join me again on the podcast.
As much as possible.
Yes.
She'll be asking me to shut up and leave very shortly.
This is a fun way to kick that off. And what do we love more than yarn? Yarn brought to you by other people is like even better than yarn you buy yourself. You guys know what I'm talking about. So Shelley did not come empty-handed to our visit. She brought me goodies. Now, I have makeup on, so I will not soil this yarn, but look at this. This is Hawthorne, and it's a variegated yarn from KnitPicks. I know. Are you drooling right now? I was. These are my goodies from Shelley. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love them.
Well deserved.
She can tell you when I opened it how my jaw dropped. Love these colors. I didn't even know about this yarn from KnitPicks until she introduced me to it. This is a fingering weight yarn. I'll show you guys on the label. It's Hawthorne fingering. This colorway is called Burnside. We had a lot of fun browsing the Hawthorne colors.
We did. We had a lot of jewel on our keyboards, respectively.
Yeah. And how did you find this? I can't remember how we came around to this.
I was looking for something to possibly do the Pincha wrap with. I was already halfway through in some Lorna's Laces sport weight that I had, and I love the colorway, but of course I was thinking ahead to what other fabulous colorways I could do because it was such a cool scarf. And so I started looking at the Hawthorne fingering, and it just had gorgeous, gorgeous colors, and it's silky. It's got you know, this lovely sheen to it, and I just think it'd be beautiful. So we really started looking at the colors, and honestly, one color was more beautiful than the next. Like, it was so difficult. Every colorway is absolutely stunning and full of amazing pops of interesting surprises.
Yes.
So
well said.
Right now, probably by the time you see this podcast, it is not going to be on sale, sadly.
I know.
But KnitPicks has a sale on a particular yarn every single month, in addition to you know, various sales throughout the time. So it's always a good place to travel. They've got amazing customer service. They're very helpful, and we're
big fans.
Huge fans of KnitPicks.
We love the yarn, and we love their needles. She brought me needles too.
I did.
So we have the interchangeable sets, and probably between the two of us, we have all the types of interchangeable needles they make.
Yes, at least 3 or 4 sets.
We've got the Caspians, we have the metal tips, we have the options set, and we have had them for years.
Years and years.
Probably 8 to 10 years. Very reliable, and like Shelley said, the customer service is excellent. So shout out to KnitPicks. We are not sponsored by them. We're just longtime fans who love them. I got these from Shelley, and they're size 17, which actually completes my set now, finally. I now have all the sizes of the needles that KnitPicks offers in the interchangeable set, and this is going to be fun to do something bulky with these.
Big bulky hats and scarves. They're just great and super fast. If you're looking for instant gratification projects, go with a big, super bulky yarn, 15s, 17s, and you can do that in an afternoon, and then you can say, wow, look what I did, because I'm in the middle of this lace project, and it's taking me months.
Some instant gratification.
So it's nice to get some relief on a quick project.
That would be great. Yeah, we are fans of mixing it up when it comes to project types, so that gives me another set of options. I might do a chunky cowl or something. Yes. I really love those.
Because God forbid there's not enough room for another cowl in her life.
No. I don't have enough. Until I get sick of them, there's not enough.
And she lives in Florida.
I know. We've talked about this. The Jamaican Canadian who lives in Florida wants all the wool. Chunky is good too. And I have one more goodie from her because she's just that amazing. This one is a handmade bag. And for once, we're featuring crochet on the BrownBerry Chronicles with this gorgeous market bag. I'll hold it back here so you can see the shape.
So we are big proponents of Not Your Grandma's knitting and Not Your Grandma's crochet. Now this is Granny Squares, which everyone goes, oh, Granny Squares.
Yeah, but
look what a cool modern concept that is. You can do a lot with color. You can make it just really unique architecturally.
The bottom of this bag just blows my mind because it's just where the squares come together, but it makes such a gorgeous shape and then gives the bag depth. This is a great tote, and it is sturdy. The yarn is beautiful. If you can see up close, it's got a little bit of a shine to it. Super soft. My gifty. In colors that I love. Someday I'll get brave enough to make cool things with crochet. I do some crochet, but it's mostly hats. Something like this I will treasure. Thank you, my love.
You are so welcome.
It's so great.
I think you need to make your own now and pass that on to somebody else.
Ooh, never. I definitely will try it though, because now that I see what you can do by connecting some beautiful squares, I'm inspired. Adachi and Misi challenge has been thrown.
Thrown out. Pick it up.
So we were inspired to find some yarns on our trip, and inhaling all these yarn fumes just made me that much more excited. So you're going to see now in the next part of this episode our visit to Sister Art Studio. I'll give you all the information about the shop. Shelley and I were able to spend enough time there that I think you'll be motivated. Couple of links and things that will be included. I will include a link to the Ravelry group for Sister Art Studio, some events they have coming up this summer that I think are worth traveling to, even if you're not super local to Chicago. And go meet the owner, connect with her online. They're on Instagram and Ravelry. I highly recommend it.
She is also a pattern designer. She's got a couple of really cool patterns. You will see one of the most amazing things that she has designed that is perfect for any body type.
Yeah.
And it's light. It's a poncholette. And so just very lightweight and lovely. And you can just throw it on top of a tank top or a t-shirt and wear it with jeans or shorts. Gorgeous.
Shelley tried it on, and I wanted to cast it on
immediately.
It's beautiful. I'll link to that pattern. In the BrownBerry Chronicles podcast group on Ravelry, we have a lace along going on. Shelley is way ahead working on her Waiting for Rain shawl, and I'll post a picture of that. And the lace along would be a great excuse to cast on a new project from Sister Art Studio Design. So consider it. I hope you guys enjoy the next part of the episode, and we'll see you at the end.
Bye.
Bye. So, Lincoln Park, Illinois. Here we go. So here we are inside Sister Art's studio. Gorgeous shop. Already in love. So Shelley's in the back, and I've just met the owner, whose name is Donna. And now we're doing our standard little walkthrough. Hopefully you are already in love with all the color you see on the shelves, but I'll make sure that you get a closer look. I'm very excited to be here because I love what this shop is all about. There's a lot of classes and activities and camps and other things that I'll get some more information on. But for now, let's shop. So Shelley and I are just looking around at all the beautiful yarns. The store is very well organized by yarn weight and then by yarn type. And this is Donna, the owner. Hi, Donna. I wanted to know from you, Donna, when you opened your store and what made you want to open a local yarn store?
Wow, long story short, I opened in 2005.
Yes.
I left the corporate world after 21 years of working in an architectural firm.
Wow. Architecture to yarn.
Architecture. Well,
Interesting transition,
all about
right?
creativity and color and texture and design. And
True.
In transitioning to owning a yarn shop, it was really more the fact that I wanted to be accessible to my daughter, who was very young at the time.
Love that.
And close to home, not traveling. Still do the 60-hour weeks, but at least it's close to home.
Yes.
And I can manage my own schedule.
Very cool. Was yarn and knitting or fiber, was any of that your passion even while you were in the corporate world?
Actually, I started sewing at the age of 7.
Interesting.
Made garments my whole life, made things for the home. And as my daughter, after my daughter was born, I discovered that she, around the age of 3, that she was very creative. And so that's when we started exploring knitting, weaving, and crochet and quilting. And so the intention was that I learned to do these. I learned to knit, then I taught her, and she was 7 at the time.
Yeah.
Next year I learned to crochet, and I taught her.
Very cool.
And at the age of 9 she was sewing. We moved on to doing all kinds of
more
beading
complex
and painting, and now she's a student at the Art Institute.
Fantastic. Yeah. Is that here?
It's the school of the Art Institute here in Chicago.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I have a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old.
Okay.
They've been my co-hosts on the podcast sometimes.
Wonderful.
And that really resonates with me because my oldest, I taught them both to knit when one was 6 and the other was 8.
Okay.
And
perfect age.
They both took to it right away.
Yes.
My oldest has recently come back to it, and now she's doing commissioned knits and really getting into it. And the funny thing is she wants to be a doctor.
Oh.
So she might find either some balance in the fiber arts, or she might find that that's her passion instead. Who knows?
Well, 2 things about being a doctor and incorporating the fiber arts.
Yeah.
First of all, I was told years ago that children were taught to knit primarily to give them the hand skills for
some dexterity.
Stitching.
That makes a lot of sense.
And the other thing about knitting and crocheting and doing something creative that is very absorbing is that it does give you that level of relaxation, meditation, and so it does take your mind off of your daily troubles or your daily issues.
Sure. And as a physician, I'm sure you need that.
Absolutely.
Actually, any job. Right, Shelley? Any job.
Any job.
Seriously, you have to have that balance. That's how she and I kind of came back to it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. So once you moved into owning the shop, how was it kind of getting it going? How was that for you?
I very intentionally decided to teach all ages. And so I teach adults typically in the evenings and on the weekends. We have all of our fiber art classes posted at that time.
Great.
And then I decided that in order to make a go of a business, I had to teach the children. And I wanted to teach the children. So right now you see my mailing that's going out for my 10-week fiber art camp. It starts in end of June, goes throughout the entire summer. And I teach all the fiber arts. In addition, during the school year, I go out to 8 different schools and teach primarily knitting, a little bit of sewing in the after-school programs.
Wonderful.
So that's my next generation of student,
That's
adult.
Great.
And I discovered that I was very creative as a young child, and when you have someone to nurture that creativity
you see where
early
it can go.
on, boy, does it pay off in the long run.
That's fantastic. Was it pretty easy for you to get connected to the schools and start programs like that?
I actually, before I opened up the business, I did a test case at my daughter's school.
Smart.
And I was part of their after-school program. I ran 6 different classes, weaving, knitting, crochet, wet felting, jewelry making, sewing, and my classes were packed.
Fantastic. So people, there's a desire for that.
Yeah.
There's definitely...
That's what encouraged me to open the business and teach children as well as adults.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Shelley and I have later life fantasies of doing something related to the fiber arts, and what you're saying about finding a market and serving that really resonates with me.
Wonderful.
That's where we are right now, figuring
Excellent.
out what is that test case. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
My pleasure.
Awesome. More shopping. Okay.
Washable,
Very cool.
and then in the back over there is the summer collection. So silks and linens and cottons and blended
You know
fibers.
how much I wanted to
I
do
like
this
having
today?
it.
I'm dying to do this pattern.
Okay, Shelley's
That
found
one's in the
something
window.
back here.
I know. I said I can
In the
spot
garden.
Shibui from a mile away.
Oh yes.
Love this. That was a.
I think we're going to have to do a Shibui knit along. I think that's going to happen. Because I keep saying I'm going to do a garment and I haven't committed yet. And here's Jamie.
Hi.
Jamie, what are you working on?
I am working on a pattern that I'm creating for a new fiber company
Ooh,
to highlight their yarns.
very nice. Mind if I get a close-up?
No,
Very lacy.
beaded lace,
Oh
which you
my
can't really
goodness.
see until we stretch it out.
Right, the blocking.
But there
the
will be
beads are
almost
pretty.
35,000 or 3,500 beads on this piece when I'm
goodness.
done.
So just because I'm curious and I have not done bead knitting,
Uh-huh.
did you string them all?
No, never.
Oh, okay. So that comes
I
during.
use
During.
a
Oh my
crochet
goodness.
hook
Okay.
and delicate beads.
To attach them.
Yes,
Okay.
I apply them exactly where I want them to be.
And
Very
she's smart.
nice.
She's using the lifeline.
Always.
Oh, you've got a
Which you
lifeline
have
in
to
there.
do for
Always.
lace because it's so tricky.
So that's your safety net.
Yes.
Which is really smart.
If anything catastrophic
something-
happens,
Yeah.
I can pull down to that point and I'm not going to lose everything.
Brilliant.
You have to do it with lace.
Lace and
Otherwise
lifelines.
it'll drive you mad.
I love it. Thank you, Jamie.
You're
It's
very
gorgeous.
welcome. Thank you.
That was it.
It has tremendous potential.
Yeah. So
what
when
I
you
like to
finish as a design, will you be publishing that
Yes.
pattern?
Yes.
Great.
And they have rights to the pattern for 6 months.
Okay.
And then it will go up on Ravelry.
So do you have other designs we should know about?
I have a number of designs. It's just a matter of getting them up on Ravelry.
Aha,
I
yes.
designed a piece for Chicago Knits magazine.
Oh, nice.
They approached me for their Art Deco
Oh,
edition, and so I
beautiful.
designed an Art Deco piece for them.
Okay.
Lace, of
Yeah.
course. And I have another pattern for the same company that I can't publish yet because they will have the rights to it for 6 months.
For a while. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to get your contact info so that we
Yes.
stay in touch and find some of these gorgeous designs.
That would be lovely
Yay.
because lace is fun.
she might convince us before we
I
leave.
do like the lace. It's just the lace weight that's challenging.
It's gonna be our challenge.
You know, step up to the challenge.
Yeah, we can do it. We can
Don't
do
be
it.
afraid.
Any lace knitters out there, comment below why we should knit more lace.
Frustration.
Gosh.
In lace weight.
Yes.
And she said,
So-
you know, do you
Lifeline?
spin? And I said, no, I don't. And she said, well, I have found that I take a lot of lace weight and use it as a ply in my spinning. And I thought, what a stunning idea.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So
So now
shout out
I
to
am-
Sule from our
Sule.
group.
yes.
We're looking at
I'm going to
some
use the stash up, right?
lace and fingering combinations and the options that you have with a
Which
lighter
Shibui
weight
loves to do
yarn.
with their textural, fun, architectural things.
Yeah, I think Shibui has a very fashion-forward kind
Oh,
of
absolutely.
approach to
Well,
knit
they
garments.
Are Japanese, and
Yeah.
that is enough said.
Yeah, I think they do the kind of garments that you would wear all the time, not just your winter
Yes,
gear.
I agree.
They're classic pieces.
They
Their
are.
lines are so clean.
That's a great way to say that. I think that for me living in Florida,
They would
I'm
be
going to
perfect
start
for
doing more of that. That's what would make the most sense.
Stick.
We're
Cocoa Knits is
exploring
awesome.
the Cocoa Knits sort of tools in a box.
What are
This
these
gorgeous
ones,
little
though?
set
So that's
that
the
comes
counter.
with a slap bracelet that's magnetic to hold your stitch markers, your
It has
darning
all
tools,
these tools.
all of these goodies in the Knitter's Keep from Cocoa Knits, and I'm so impressed with how well thought out these pieces are. There's a stitch and row counter, and everything can stick to your magnetic bracelet. Have these been pretty popular, Donna?
You know what? They just came out last year.
Oh, yeah. People are just probably finding out about them.
Yeah.
Although Shelley knows Coco Knits from some other tools that she's bought from them. What do you like from them, Shell?
You've got to have the
This
gauge.
This is great.
I love this, and I do love the gauge cloth. So I have the blocks, but it's not big enough for, even the big set is not big enough for doing like that huge blanket that I did.
Oh, right.
So my thought is that I'm going to buy a second set, the smaller set, and now that they actually contain these, because I noticed this on Dreamweaver, that's why I order a lot of my Coco Knits, Dreamweaver.
So smart.
Yeah.
And so I was
So
thinking
smart.
to order the second one so that I can now accommodate my enormous projects.
She
Because
does
they're,
like
they're
a
literally blocks
big...
that are like puzzle pieces.
Yes.
And you can put them in any configuration. If you need something long,
Yep.
you can do that. If you need it square, you can do that. If you just need something small, you can do that.
That's
so gone
very
is that big
good.
old fashioned thing, or using all your towels and blankets and everything like that. And they're just wonderful. They're absorbent.
We'll have to link to Coco Knits.
Absolutely lovely.
And you guys got to check out this Knitter's Keep. So many good pieces. I think that people who spend a lot of time trying to solve a problem, some of them eventually solve that problem for everyone by coming up with these great products.
Absolutely.
move ahead and do the things that we really want to do to
You should.
follow our dreams.
It's true. Because we could literally talk about this stuff for hours.
Oh my God.
And
it's
we have.
ridiculous.
We have definitely had many a conversation about yarns and projects and creative ideas.
How many doors open when you start following your dream?
That's so encouraging.
Really be surprised.
It's not too late for us.
Nope.
So who does your shop samples? Who knits up all of these wonderful
a lot
pieces?
of these are knit-alongs
Oh,
throughout the years.
nice.
I post a knit-along every season, and basically it's a pattern that will hopefully encourage my knitting students to kind of expand their horizons a little bit.
Yes, branch out.
So we try to stay ahead when we kick off a knit along. I stay ahead by starting the pattern before everyone else, so I can kind of suss out any issues in the pattern or any sizing problems or gauge problems or whatever we come across.
Right.
But there are a couple designs in here.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
That are my own. Let's see if I can find the linen poncholet.
It's in the window.
Oh, it's in the window.
We're going to find it. The
End
Chicago.
of July, early August, the Chicago Yarn Crawl.
Okay.
Remember we saw that online?
Right. That's
There
right.
are-
We said that's what we're doing today.
So
Shelley, look which one she picked out.
Of course, that's the first thing that drew me.
each shop has to give out a free pattern, which obviously has to be their own pattern or someone affiliated with the store. And this was a pattern. It's called a linen poncholet.
A little closer.
I actually wrote it 2 years ago, and I've been finally getting a ton of sales on Ravelry.
Excellent.
Yay!
Probably going to have another one later today,
Yeah,
just so
part
you
of
know.
So this is a Rowan linen.
Okay. Linen yarn, I have not done anything
You got it.
anything of
you
size
gotta
in
try
linen. Okay.
This
It's beautiful on you,
It's got a
Donna.
beautiful sheen to it. Very easy.
Oh, look
tucked
how
down
it
one piece.
drapes.
As we walked up to this is the first one, I said, Marce,
Yes,
this has got your
that's
name
me.
written all
Totally.
over it.
Look what I have on.
There you go.
I am all about it.
And ponchos.
Really lovely.
Yes.
That is
It's
It's gorgeous on you too. I
Cute.
really like the way it falls.
Very easy to knit.
Yeah.
Seriously. Top down one piece.
gorgeous.
So this pattern is it now available on
It is
Ravelry?
on Ravelry.
Great.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going to
It's called
feature
That
it.
is stunning.
The linen poncholet.
Yes.
You'll see a photograph of my daughter wearing it as
Oh,
well.
awesome. I tell you what we're going to do because you've been so sweet to us today. I'm going to start a thread in the podcast group and we'll see if we can get some people to knit this pattern.
Wonderful.
Why not?
Good, yeah.
It could actually be part of the lace along because it's very lacy.
You're so right. We have a
Wanna
lace
try that?
along going on.
I think I should.
I think you should.
All right. Shelley's getting
So we
into
have
it.
had
She's
every-
going to make me get this pattern today. I told her I'm going to find something that I have to cast on. And then she found it in the window. That's so funny.
So we've had every body type wearing this piece.
Right.
It's just that kind
This
of...
is going to be substantially shorter
cute.
on me than on Donna. A little bit.
Shelley is not short, everyone, just so you know. When I first met her, that was the first thing I said. You are tall.
She did. It was the first 3 words out of her mouth. Not hello, I'm so
No,
happy to see
you
but
are tall. Love it.
Easy enough
And
to
how
make
perfect that
longer,
you both have on completely different outfits and it still looks
That whole neutral,
gorgeous.
fabulous striping.
It's
feel like
it is really cute on you. I like it a lot. It's raglan.
It's lovely.
Okay, we're gonna have to do this, BrownBerry podcast fans. Our next project. Yeah, love it. And tell me a little bit about the yarn.
The yarn is from Rowan. It came out, I think, two summers ago. It was brand new when I wrote the pattern.
Nice. I love it.
And let me go grab the tag rope.
Okay, sure.
It really does. You can see.
So Donna's showing us
So
the
lovely.
source
Pure
yarn
linen.
for the
Pure linen
poncho.
from Rowan.
Oh, it does have a. Yep, I can see it.
A
I'm
little
even picking
bit.
it up on the camera a little bit. So this is linen yarn, and when you feel it in the garment, it's actually really soft. We were just talking about using conditioner as a way to soften it up even some more. There are so many gorgeous colors in here, different yarn types, different yarn weights, and lots of inspiration for things to make. You can tell in the shop that Donna is a teacher, and the shop is organized for projects and for making. So all the things you need to support your projects are here. There are classes available for folks of all ages. As Donna said, she believes in teaching folks from very young to any age to make beautiful pieces and garments. It's inspiring.
I was thinking of, because I do jewelry as well, so I was thinking about making something or like a marker on either side of the chain in the middle, so with the moving ones, you can still have it on one thing and then add it over here and then drop it over there. Right. So that you've got, movable stitch markers. They're always on a needle.